Hello everyone, we are back again for another episode of A Foreign Life in South Korea. Today I have, who are you?
My name is Sunday. Call me Sunday, like Saturday, Sunday. You wanna know why?
Why?
It's just because I think my dad was running out of names, and so I was born on Sunday.
Yeah.
So when he went and then he came to the hospital, and then it was a Sunday day. So at the end of the day, what he did, you're gonna be called Sunday. So here I am, Sunday.
And your brother's name is Wednesday.
Oh yeah, for sure. And my sister is Friday. Not a joke. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just kidding. No, I love the name Sunday though.
Thank you.
It's a cool name. Like when I first heard it, I was like, yes, I could name my son Sunday. Like I think it's such an awesome name.
People never believed me when I say my name is Sunday. The Lord's Day.
The Lord's Day.
Yeah, and my Korean name is Park Ju-il, which simply means Sunday, actually. It's Lord's Day. Ju-il. Ju-il means Lord's Day. Ju-il. Yeah.
And then you just took the last name Park.
Yeah, I didn't just take it from somewhere, and I don't know. It's very specific.
Why Park as a last name? Why not like Kim or something?
I don't look like him though, but I look like Park if you.
So we said, like, what's your name, but who are you and where are you from?
I am, yeah. As you can see, I am an African.
No way!
Of course.
I had no idea. Which part of Africa are you from?
I'm from the East Africa. I'm from one of the countries called Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Yes.
If you've been watching my videos and you watched the first interview, we also had Mika on. And actually, Mika mentioned you in that interview.
Oh yeah?
So you're actually, you have been on my YouTube a few times already,
Shall I
actually.
mention him too?
Yeah, so he's been a ghost. He's been ghosting my YouTube for a while now. So we finally get to actually sit down and just talk with Sunday. So I'm excited for that.
I'm happy to be here actually. Yeah, it has been a really hectic planning because of being like we're asking each other when are we going to be doing the video, and then I was like out of the country, coming back again, and then but I was like I'm gonna be doing it.
Literally, I was just like, are you okay for tomorrow? And he's just like, sorry, I'm going to Ghana tomorrow. I leave tonight or whatever. And it's just like, what a life. What a life to lead that you have to just go to another country for work. But all right, we're gonna talk about that later. Why are you in Korea? Talk me through the process of how you came. So how long have you been? Let's start off first of all. How long have you been in Korea for?
I've been here for 7 years and I think in 5 months now.
Talk us through the process. Why did you come to Korea? How old would you have been?
I was 19.
You were a baby.
I was little man. I went to look at the pictures. Oh man, I was like, and
I've seen some of these pictures.
man, it was, oh God. I was like, I look at my pictures like, oh God, is that me? You look at your pictures like, this is not me,
They're the type of pictures that you want to delete your, like, if you ever had Facebook around that time, and it's like, you want to delete everything.
Exactly, and I didn't even know why I was even posting those pictures. So, to make a long story short, yeah, I came when I was 19, so right after my high school.
Yeah, so why did you come to Korea as well?
Basically, I wanted to go to study abroad, and that was my plan. And so before I graduated high school, so I had to keep searching for the opportunities to study abroad, and then I've been moving around in different embassies and then looking for the informations.
Yeah.
Because like I could just go to internet, but back in that time I was like I couldn't trust go to the website and then what if I found scams or whatever. So I had to go to the embassy and then ask them about their schools. Yeah. So I was moving a lot in the city, Dar es Salaam. So American embassy, UK embassy, Australia embassy, all the embassies asking them about, oh, I want to go to your country, blah, blah, blah. But the process was so hard, for other countries. And I was trying to, at the end of the day, I was at the US embassy, then trying to prepare for the SAT exams and all this kind of thing. It was hectic.
Yeah.
Finally, so my sister also studied abroad. So she was like, hey, why don't you try Korea?
Wait, did she go to Korea as well? Or where did she study?
No, my sister, she was in France and then she moved to Algeria. So she was in those two countries.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was like, hey, why don't you try Korea? Korea was never in my map.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was never in my map, even in my mind. Like, no way.
Yeah.
But when she told me, why don't you try Korea? Because, I mean, yeah, it's also a country because, I mean, she was abroad and then I think she met other people, other Koreans there. So I was like, hey, it's a good country, you should try.
Yeah.
I was like, why not? So I went to the embassy again, Korean embassy.
Yeah.
That was my move, yeah. So I went there and then asked them, hey, I want to go to your country. I want to study. How can I do? What can I do? So they told me, hey, this is the process. And apply for the schools. And then if you apply for the schools, and then if you get admission, we're going to give you a visa. So the process was much easier compared to other countries, like US or whatever. So it was like, wow, that's all? I'm like, yeah, that's all. Go back home and then prepare. And then on top of that, you have to, what do we call it? When you apply, you can apply for the scholarship as well. I was like, oh, really? Yeah. So this is like a global scholarship where they choose different students from different countries in the world to come to South Korea. And I was like, oh, let me apply together this scholarship because if I got it, then it's like I'm going to be among those people being selected. So I applied both together, the school and also scholarship together. And then that time I was in my high school. Yeah, I didn't graduate yet. So I had my transcript ready, or the expected graduation certificate and everything. So I prepared and then I submitted. Then I passed the first screening and then I went again for the second interview and then I passed.
Wow.
And then they sent my documents here to Korea. They have Institute of Korean Internet, whatever. So they were checking it like it is under Ministry of Education. So the embassy got my name again, like, hey, Sunday, congratulations, I've been selected. So I and another guy has been selected to come here. So it was the beginning.
So you got the scholarship?
I got the scholarship in that time. So I was among the 100 students that have been selected around the world in different countries to come to represent our countries to come to South Korea.
Yeah.
And that was my genesis.
So what happened after the scholarship?
Oh, so yeah, I came to Korea right away.
What did you major in as well?
I majored in economics.
Economics.
That's my undergrad, yeah. Because my high school I did economics as well. So I had an interest in doing economics.
Doing economics.
Yeah.
Okay. So leaving Tanzania as well, what was your family's reaction to that? I mean, your sister was like, go and do it. But did it help that your sister was already abroad?
Yeah, for me it was much easier because my sister.
You're a middle child as well, right?
Yeah, I'm the fourth child. We are five.
I have five in my family too.
You are also.
I'm the middle. I'm the third.
You're third. I'm the fourth. Yeah. But I mean, my sisters are twins, and then other sister, me and my young brother. Yeah, so I'm the middle. I mean, yeah, the fourth. Yeah.
You know what they say about the middle children?
Tell me. I don't know, because I'm the middle, and then.
We're normally called the black sheep. Either that, we're two. We're either the black sheep or the forgotten child. Which one are you?
Oh.
Are you the forgotten or the black sheep?
I think the forgotten one. Honestly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. No comment.
She knows. She's the middle child, so she knows. Coming to Korea was, from my family, it was not hard because my sister was already out of the country, and back in that time, she was actually back in Tanzania.
Okay.
So and then for me, I was like, oh, I want to also go abroad, and then for me coming. So the thing is, coming to Korea was kind of different. I mean, so the thing is, the way people didn't know about Korea back in that time.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 years ago back home, we didn't know a lot about Korea. And we were watching this Korean drama called Jumong, and we see people wearing, I mean, those traditional clothes, and then they just all the time like having arrows and fighting, and that's.
This is like a traditional Korean drama.
That's very traditional Korean drama. We used to watch every week.
Wow.
And I knew if I'm gonna go to Korea, this is the life I'm gonna be living in. I thought, honestly.
Was it Joseon?
I mean, Chosun Dynasty.
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 Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's why Korea was never in my map, because of the drama we have been watching, and then that's the image they've been giving us. So we want to be coming and then living in the Chosun Dynasty, So, but
what an expectation to have.
Exactly.
Be right back, guys. Just gonna study in the 19th century, the 18th century.
So, I was my Chosun Dynasty in my mind, and then coming to Korea, and my family. My mom was kind of surprised, but she was like, "Anyway, you're going, then all the best." and like I'm praying for you,
Yeah.
for the success and all the good things to happen. Yeah.
Okay, so you started living here and studying. How was it like for you during that time?
Yeah.
Especially early days. What happened?
Yeah, for the first time, it was not easy. Especially, I mean, it's just, I don't know, the first impression of Korea. Let me just tell people the way I got the first impression when I got at Incheon Airport in 2012, February 24th, 4 p.m. I arrived with my big bag, and then so they told us, hey, someone is going to be coming to pick you up at the airport. So when I came up at the airport, and I saw my name, just, you know, it just written Sunday Sakoni, and then it's just been posted there on the wall. They have like, you know, people waiting area, and then some they're holding up the posters and then the sign, and then, but nobody was holding mine. It was just, you know, right there.
If someone just like put it on the ground or something.
It was not on the ground. It was on the like they have like those kind of whatever lines. They put like lines don't cross. So he just put a tape and then put the lines. Sunday Sakoni. I'm like, yeah, that's my name, you know. But there's nobody. I don't speak any Korean.
So what happened?
Okay. So I went closer with my bag, and I was like, okay, what would I say? Okay, I can't speak any Korean, and they're all Korean, and they're looking at me, and I kept looking at them, and I was like, it's me. So I was saying to them, hey, you see that name? That is me, you know. Don't you see?
No, I understand. I totally understand. It's like just for people back in America and Australia. It's when you go to a country, you don't speak anything. You can't even utter a word, not English or Korean. You can't utter anything. So you end up just like pointing.
Sign language.
Yeah, sign language. It's like I feel like that's all I can do.
So I was trying doing my sign language, and nobody understood me, and you know. And they started just laughing. And that was, oh my God. It was so embarrassing. I was like, I told her this is me and you're just laughing. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go anywhere. So I kept standing there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to go anywhere because this is my name. And okay, I'm just going to say it until someone comes. So Kapchagi, I saw one at Josh is just running by and like, oh, Sunday. Yeah. I was like, yes, oh, thank God, it's me.
Isn't it the best feeling ever as well?
It is the best feeling. Yeah. I was like, oh man, this is like a movie, you know? You're out of the country.
It sounds like it.
And you're the only guy from Tanzania, and everybody just looking at you, laughing at you. Ah, man. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, yeah, welcome to Korea.
So cynical.
It was not easy because of the language barrier in the beginning, because everywhere we go, we have to speak Korean. And even at the restaurant, you have to speak Korean. So people don't speak much of English, so.
Back 7 years ago as well, it's changed a lot now.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier nowadays. But back then, I gather it was harder.
It was harder. So that was really challenging. You go to the restaurant, you just look at the menu, and then you can't read any Korean, and then exactly you have to point.
Yeah.
And
I think that might be good. It looks good.
I'll never order anything there's no picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go to the place where they have pictures on the menu. So I just look at the picture and then, oh, this one, like, yeah. That was in the beginning. So it made me so angry to study Korean. Like, me, I must study the language. For me, I took as a foundation period back, when I was from high school, fighting and then searching the way to come to study abroad, and then getting into Korea, and then going into new life in Korea, studying the language, and also going to university, and then meeting new people, new friends, everything new, the system is new. Yeah, a lot of things happened the first year, because I was really, so eager to make new friends.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make Korean friends, but Koreans, they can't approach you, So sometimes you just go and they just try, hey, 안녕. So you try to tell them, hey, I speak your language,
Yeah.
Can we just talk? Can we talk and can we have a conversation? So sometimes, and they see just a little boy from Tanzania and then speaking Korean, like, oh my God, oh. I was like, really? They're putting those egg. You're like, no, come, don't put egg here. Like, so, yeah, exactly. They're like that. oh, singing, oh my God, oh, 진짜 한국말 잘해. I'm like, no, lady, I just say 안녕하세요. This doesn't mean I speak Korean, but okay, if you want me to do that, I'm gonna speak. So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about in Mika's video, you were mentioned with part of the Young Motivators. Can you tell me how that came about from your perspective? So you and Mika were friends before.
We went to the same high school.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he came because of you.
Because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought like he has a vision to come to Korea though, but
He
probably.
said you were the one because you were coming over, like you were like sort of the first.
Yeah,
That's where the idea came from.
We were talking, and yeah, because I came first, and then he was in like 1 year before me. Remember we started long. Remember it was only me and him, and then just doing like funny videos, or like just telling them like how life looks like here in Korea, and then like doing other different topics, talking about dating, talking about or how to become somebody. So it was like more of an inspirational channel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
where it turned into Young Motivators.
Young Motivators, yeah. And it was really fun. It was really good. It was awesome, and then people loved it. Yeah. So and then GP joined, and then so we.
And then you left.
I didn't leave. I didn't leave. It's just because of the what we call the life, the way it is right now,
Lifestyle.
and then the lifestyle, and also the time as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to manage all the things together.
If you hadn't already guessed, Sunday's a busy man.
No.
Yes, he is.
No, come on.
Come on, you went to Ghana twice in the last like how many weeks?
I mean, yeah, it's like
You went to another country. Wait, and then you went somewhere else as well during that time too.
Malaysia.
Yeah. Okay, guys. It's been like about a month or a little bit over a month of like trying to like get this interview happening. And he's been to 3 countries, been on 3 trips to different places within the last month. Because we had to keep rescheduling. And you're like, oh, I'm at Malaysia this weekend. Oh, I have to go to Ghana. Oh, I have to go to Ghana again.
No, but I was like, yeah, I must do this video with you because, you know, it's a great opportunity.
Thank you.
And I was like,
I wanted to, you were the first one that I wanted to do.
oh my God. That's why I was like, do not miss the opportunity to miss the opportunity. So this is the opportunity.
Thank you. So meeting your Korean friends,
Yeah.
did they find you intimidating at all when the first impressions?
Intimidating in which way?
So I want to talk about more like sort of the racial issues that happen in Korea. I'm going to segue into that.
Yeah.
So like the question is, do you get treated differently here because of your skin color and that you're a foreigner, and how do you embrace that? So what has been your experience?
There was just back at school, the life at school with Korean students, and also life out of school with the normal people. So the difference was at school, you would see people smiling, normal, sometimes talking to you,
Yeah.
but you never know what to think about. Not too much open about, Tanzania, about Africa. They didn't know much of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have no knowledge. I was like, Korea is developed, but how come you guys don't know a lot about not only Africa but the rest of the world? That's my concern. So anyway, let me just live the life because I'm cool. If you don't know where I'm from, I'm cool because you tell somebody I'm from Tanzania, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
That was one of the things. And some people, you're with them in one semester, you study in the same class, you are in the same like a study group.
Yeah.
But the next following semester, when you are in another class, you don't even say hi to each other. Yes, I was like, what is going on?
So,
But it was not only to me, but it's like all foreigners. Like we are having cliques, like foreigners, Koreans. So most of the time, I was so surprised in the beginning. I saw Koreans that come into class like 2 by 2, like 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5. I was like, what's going on in this country?
yeah.
And guess I was going to the class alone. And then yeah. Finally realized these people they need to be approached. You have to approach them. So if you approach, you're gonna break that boundary. Yeah, so for me, what I did in the first semester, it was like that. I was like, oh man, so tough. But the next following semester, I had to break that barrier. So I had to approach them, talk to them, say hi to them. So I have to be the one who initiate the conversation. Yeah, you have to speak in Korean so as to make them comfortable and more confident to speak back to you.
Okay, so you're going into their circle. You're stepping over into their boundary,
Exactly.
rather than you expecting them to come into yours, right?
You have to get ready to get adapted to the system in that area, to the culture in that area. So that was my part of life principle.
Yeah.
It's like I got get to be outgoing and also more involved and also adapted to the culture that I'm really gonna be entering in.
Were you sociable before though? I feel like to me, my impression of you has always been you're a bit extroverted. Like, not so much extroverted, but like you are sociable.
I mean,
approachable.
I'll say like that.
Wait,
because
maybe not approachable.
I mean, yeah, but I mean.
Okay, I want to tell this story. I do want to tell this story. My first impression of you, Sunday.
Oh yeah, tell them.
Because I've told you before, right? It was at the young adult conference. It was my first impression of you. We were gonna play soccer. It's still the funniest thing. We walk down and all I see is Sunday sitting, like leaning really swag casually against the ledge. And there's like 4 other African guys like standing around you. And I was just like, this kid's a mob boss. I was like, I was thinking, I was like, one of the things that you guys say all the time is like, oh, like this, either you'll say like, oh yeah, he's an African prince, or like, that's like the pickup line or whatever. I swear, if someone had said that to me that day, like, oh yeah, it's because he's from royalty in Africa, I would have believed it.
Oh yeah.
It was just so much swag. You had so much swag. You were just like leaning casually, and there's guys around you. I'm like, this guy's important. Like, I don't know what. That was my first impression, and I just laugh at it now because, like, I know you. Obviously, seriously, do you remember that?
I remember.
Yeah, and it was really. I was so intimidated because you were just like casually, and you're just like, oh, you're gonna play soccer, and I was just like. Yeah, like, I don't want to play soccer with you. Like. I had to tell that story.
My dad was never a king. Was never a king.
But on that day, if someone had said that, I would have 100%. But did not believe it when you guys say it as jokes before. Like, because some people do. They're like, oh, really? I never believed it. But that day, I would have believed it.
That was funny. That was That's funny. Yeah, but yeah, my dad was never king. My dad was never chief. Yeah, just a normal guy. Came from a very normal family. Don't worry, we are cool.
Yeah. We're like swag friends,
cool.
swag friends. No, I think broke the barrier. You broke the barrier.
Broke the barrier, and that is the principle. Wherever you go, you don't have to be in that to that mentality that I have to be like I have to make them be like me. No. That's not your goal in life. For me, that's what I would say. I had to approach and then be ready to learn from them and then enter into their zone.
Yeah, so that was so in school it was a good way for you to learn about that. What about outside of school? So in the public, how was the whole, like, I guess, racial debate different for you?
Outside it was really different because
Why?
those people are not like in my age. Mostly you meet Ajuma, Ajoshi, they're pretty much older than you. So for them, seeing a foreigner is not something just a usual thing. Yeah, it's not something that can just see it every day. So sometimes when they see like it's like they kind of, you see them, they're looking at you. Yeah. So sometimes people are looking at you like this, and in other days you might gonna find some Ajoshi or Ajuma that looking at you at this. It's not enough. They open their mouth. So it's like,
Wow.
It's I mean, they see someone different.
Yeah.
What I will do, for me, I would say like this racial thing, but I was like, they've never seen something. I mean, someone like this. So I was like, anyway, let them look, let them enjoy. I'm like, oh yeah, come on.
Did
Oh,
it?
look, enjoy. I'm right here. Please. I'm like, oh yeah. What would I do? You want me to run away? I can't run away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
it ever get to you as well though? Especially when you first came here.
When I came, you mean like for them to just? I mean,
Because your first impression, like for me as well, I get that as well. Like people will stare at me, especially Ajashis and Ajumas, not just Ajashis, Ajumas as well. When I first came, I already knew about that.
yeah.
I already knew that was going to happen. So I had already had this expectation in my mind. So when it happened, I was still surprised. Like, it's 갑자기. It's like, it just happened so suddenly.
So when it happens, you didn't, I mean, really see like something new, right?
Yeah, like I had to remind myself, oh, like I already expected this to happen. I already heard about it. Did you hear? You didn't hear about
No,
that.
I
So
didn't know.
how did you cope with that, I guess?
I didn't know. And coming and then seeing them look at me, I was like, it made me think like, wow, probably these people, they really don't know about me.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they don't know about us. Oh, they've never seen us like in real life. Probably they've seen us on TV,
yeah.
but not in real life. So I could really understand. So what I did, I was like, anyway, I don't really care, because it's like most of the place you go, people looking at you. So you can't make people not look at you. So it's like they have to. I mean, you can't close their eyes. There's no obstacle. They have to look.
Yeah.
And of course, if they're all Koreans, and then one, Tanzanian guy, in the middle of them, you're just gonna be the spot, you know? It's like, oh, spotlight is right there, you know?
No, I understand.
Exactly. So for me, I had to really let it go, and then just be like, oh, this is just part of life.
Yeah.
But in other times, you could really feel like, oh man, this is really racist, because it's like the what do you call? When you were. I was with my friend, from Pakistan, actually. We were together at the same school, so in the subway.
Yeah.
So I was with him, not only me, we were together. So we were sitting, we saw like an empty seat once we entered the subway. And the moment we sit there, and these two women we went to sit next to them, they stood up and they went to sit in another seat. Man, I was so disappointed. So do my friend. My friend was also so disappointed. It was like, oh, Sunday, what's going on? I was like, I don't know, but yeah, I don't care. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So those kind of thing, it might gonna be looking like a little thing, but of course, it's really feel like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
They're standing up and they're sitting the just next seat. You can see it.
Yeah.
I really hate that. I really didn't like it at all. Also, like it happens, like there's a issue happens in West Africa, but Ebola stuff. Let me just be open. The thing happens in West Africa. When they see us here in Korea, they're like, oh, you're from Africa then. Then, I remember one day, because of that thing, even taxi drivers, they couldn't take us. There were other clubs and bars in Itaewon, they were even not taking blacks. Not only African, even African Americans, and that was even too much, because African Americans, and they're like, even not from Africa.
Yeah.
They're like, so they can't differentiate. That was the case, and I remember it was at night. One day I was just going home, and then it was in that period, and one tax came, and then I was stopping by. It was Pincha, empty. I stopped. He didn't stop. He was like about to stop, but he just passed. I'm like, okay, probably he's okay. I'm like, okay, let me wait. Other tax came again. I stopped. It passes.
Wow.
You can see like they look at you can feel it. They just go. The third one, it just came. I stopped. It passed. And guess what I did? I had to walk home.
You had to walk home because the taxi driver would not stop for you because of how you looked.
And because of the issue of Ebola that happened in West Africa. And for the God's sake.
When was that?
It was, I don't know how many years. I think it like 3 years or like 3 years back.
Okay, so this happened about 3 years ago because of what happened in West Africa? I don't know.
Ebola is like a disease, like a virus disease.
Ebola is what we're talking
about. So they're connecting, and I was like, what Ebola in West Africa has to do with other Africans here in Korea? Because
they don't understand.
They don't understand, yeah.
They just look at you and see and hear the news.
Yeah, I was like, I've been here even before the Ebola started there in West Africa. So there's no way Ebola could transfer by Bluetooth or wireless or whatever. There's all satellites. No way.
Based on skin.
Exactly. Based
from
on
skin to skin.
And also, I'm even not from there. I'm from East. A lot of miles away, far away. So They don't understand. So for me, I would like it really pisses me off. And I was like, regardless of how much you guys are so developed, but you have to be developed here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can't do these things to other people. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So education.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, what do you do about that then?
As an individual, it's so hard to change everything, and especially like in my position right now. But I think the thing has to be like be addressed to this society, and they have to understand, because there's a media, they trust the media. So for me, I wish like if you could get a chance and we talk about the real matters about this in the media, and then we talk and then we tell them what to consider, what to change, and then that they could really actually understand more, and we could tell them how we feel when they do it. What I really want to see is happening. Korean parents should really train their kids positively. So what I realized, they are learning from their parents negatively about the other races.
Yeah.
And that's why when they grew up in that mentality, it's so hard for them to change. It's like they're being taught when they were young about us, or like about other races in different ways.
Well, this is the thing. Other races in different ways. We have white privilege here, even though we're still a minority.
Yeah.
The difference of how you get treated and how I get treated, completely different.
Yes.
We're both still minority. Yet why do we have this white privilege here, and why do you have the opposite effect?
It's just because the way they were taught. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the way they were taught. Yeah, the way they were taught. And that's what's everything just lines right there.
Yeah.
Because you can't know more beyond the thing that you didn't learn. So your knowledge is limited from what you have learned. So that's what we have to really focus on.
Yeah.
What are we teaching them? And then
Do you think the influence of like YouTube and like social media these days, do you think that's going to help with the next generation?
oh my goodness, I'm really telling you, it's gonna help 100%. And this is what I feel like is our power. It's a powerful thing, because it's going to help a lot, because these days internet is everywhere, and then these topics being spoken every time you see people talking about this, because we don't want us to be separated. I mean, we don't want us to be judged according to the tone of our skin, but we just want to be judged from the content of our character. And I'm happy and thank God, because these days people are awakening. So you can't compare, I mean, these days and up to those years back.
Yeah.
So these days people are really open.
Yeah.
Even here in Korea, I mean,
So
this
like
is,
the movement is sort of changing from the last couple of years.
I could see the change. I could see I've been here for 7 years and a half, and I could see the change.
That's good.
You see more people positively changing, and then they're kind of, they know where you're coming from now. They know the country, you know, and they kind of, I know Mount Kilimanjaro. This is what we need.
Yeah.
To keep informing people about our countries and about our culture. Right?
That's good. So I have a question for you.
Oh.
What's your idea on dating here in Korea?
The idea of dating here in Korea.
Yeah. It sounded so sarcastic.
No, it doesn't sound like
so
that.
bittersweet. Tell me more, Sunday.
Oh yeah, let me say. I've been in different relationships, and I won't say it was bad or worse, but I say I've been learning. But at the end of the day, I was like, you can't just keep dating for the sake of just dating.
Yeah.
So I think like you must have a purpose in it. I mean, it's not about me just loving you and then we just love each other. That is just infatuation. So most of us, I feel like we are jumping into a relationship because of our emotional attractiveness.
This is applying for everyone around the world,
Exactly.
right? It's not just Korea.
Most of us.
Go for your life Sunday.
Exactly.
Tell us more. Wisdom.
Most of us. So for me these days, I'm really praying to God. I say, God, just help me not make decisions according to my emotion. Because emotion comes and go. Emotions are like chemical reaction.
You're right.
So they can just come and go.
Speaking to a logical person here, I understand.
Come on.
INTJ, what's up? I am judgmental. I am not feeling.
No.
I will judge you and think logically about every situation.
No, I don't want to be too logic in everything, but okay, I'm just honestly.
No, I know. I 100% agree with what you're saying, though. In a serious note, sorry.
I have emotions, you know.
I don't.
A lot of
No,
emotions.
I'm kidding. I have emotions, guys. Okay. I just think I think more than I feel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's also good, because don't make decision out of your, emotions. Make decision out of your
I don't know
mind.
how to make it out of emotions. Because emotions have too many consequences. But logic doesn't have as many.
Yeah, thank God, you know it. But most people, still...
Most people, you're right. Most people are not robots.
Exactly. So we're seeing that in that conundrum of making decisions according to emotions, and that's why we're falling into a really wrong trap. I wouldn't say it's bad to fall emotion, because you have to be attracted to someone also.
I think you have to be attracted physically as well, not just logically.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there has to be a connection there.
It has to
I
be.
think as well. But you're saying that you shouldn't act on just that pure feeling alone.
Exactly. So my point of choosing someone is, you guys have to really understand each other well, having the same direction.
How does that look here in Korea for you then?
In Korea, it's kind of tough sometimes, because you're meeting different people.
Yeah.
They're coming from different culture.
Sunday. Let's jump forward to the present. You are working at a company right now, correct?
Correct.
And it's a Korean company. Can you tell me more about? So you finished university,
And then I went to my master's.
and then what happened?
And something happened.
Do you want to tell the audience what happened?
That was my ambition. I want to study. I want to go to PhD. So let me go masters.
Yeah.
So I went for masters, and I was paying school fees by myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that was really crazy and very
Hard time.
It was a hard time because I was too confident.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I was too confident that I can do it.
Yeah.
So I had to take a risk to just I'm gonna pay my own school fees, and then in Korea it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like one semester, $7,000, and then so in a year it's like $14,000.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
no easy. And then I had to work. That time I was working so hard. So I had to work and then go to school, work and go to school, work and go to school. And to the extent, I was like, man, I put much more effort into work than school, because I had to make money to pay my school fees. I feel like I was losing, because I want to focus on studying, but I can't focus too much because I have to keep working and then make money for my school fees. Working until 3 a.m. Other days, 4 a.m. going back home. That was just a normal. I couldn't even have like a normal life, like meeting friends and having like dinner or whatever. So I decided it's better for me to really go to work, because I can't keep just doing this for the next semesters.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a break.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a break. So I took a break at school. So I'm just gonna work.
Yeah.
And then get open the chance. And then I got the job to work at this Korean company called Miru System. The very fantastic company. I love it. I can't lie. Yeah, I love it. I've been learning a lot. So it has been like over 1 year and a half now.
Yeah. There's this culture here in Korea called the Bali culture.
Yeah.
And especially within workplace, there is a bit of a negative light on that as well. Can you tell me more about, I guess, your experience with that? Is it that, or is it different?
It is, the experience actually. When you talk about Korean companies, you have to mention the hierarchy thing.
Okay, for people who don't know, because this is a very international audience, people who don't know, can you tell us more about what this hierarchy is? Culture.
It's the boss has a voice, and I feel like the boss is the one who's making all the decision. So whatever you're doing, you must report back to the boss.
Yeah.
And all the decision has to come from the boss.
Yeah.
And people, they might gonna say it's normal, but that's not normal, because what is happening in this? The workers like us, or who are under, we're not gonna have that ability or that creativity coming out of us.
Yeah.
Because we always have to work under the level of what our boss wants us to work.
Yeah.
So if you over or you do under, it's no, he just wants you to do what he wants.
Yeah.
So it's you do what he wants you to do, and then once you do it, and then the work is over. That's all. So what we're losing? We're losing creativity.
Yeah.
So people being
an initiative, right?
Initiative. Yeah. So people been working according to the order from above.
Yeah.
And if you do something different, you're trying to add up your creativity, you're not gonna create a lot of trouble. You're gonna be in trouble.
That's the only creativity that happens is trouble.
I'm telling you, yeah. You're not gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I was in the beginning. I was trying to change some documents. Like, oh man, this document, let's change. Let's make it like this. I was like, Sunday, this is the way it is.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you just do it according to what the boss wanted to do. And that's the most difficult thing. It's not only for me, even for other Koreans themselves.
Yeah.
And we've been doing like that for a while. In the beginning, it was harder, and then to keep it up, and then to follow along. But later on, I got used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, got used to it. And then other days, you might gonna have your own decisions. Like you wanna give more ideas, and then you have to say this and that, and then it's not easy.
Yeah.
To just say and then they accept everything.
Yeah, because in Korea as well, work culture is put on the priority, sometimes more than families, from what I've seen as well. Like my school is very different. We don't have a hierarchy, but we still have this work culture where it's considered good if you stay later.
Oh yeah.
And things like that. Even though, and this is the thing that I get really annoyed at, because I'm a productive person, so a lot of the tasks, I'm a task-focused person, so I get my tasks done by the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
And if I don't, 5 o'clock, I go home, I come back the next day and I pick up, right?
Continue. Oh, I see. I see.
But what I've been seeing and what I know about the work culture is that you're considered, oh, you're a hard worker because you stayed at the company until like 10 p.m. or whatever it is, or later. So have you had that sort of similar experience with that at the because you're working at a company. I'm only working at a school, you're working at an actual company.
I would say no.
Oh, okay, so tell me.
Our company is different.
Okay, how is it different?
Yeah, it's a Korean company, but it's different. They don't treat workers like that. Like if your boss is there, you have to be there. No way. I work from 9 until 6. If it's 6 p.m. right there, the time to get home. I'm just gonna be going home. Okay. You go home, and even the boss will ask you like, "Sunday to again, like if it's 6 p.m. like, Sunday to again, he's asking you, you're not gonna go home."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like why you keep doing? I mean, after 6.
That's such a good work culture.
That's what I'm telling you. It's. I feel like it's different. It's different from other Korean companies, and the way they treat you is also different. So. My other friends are working in their other companies, but it's different. They have to be there until 8 p.m. because their boss is just right there. Yeah. And for me, I don't think that's right. Yeah. It's really
so
wrong.
You're actually in a good working culture.
I feel like for us, and it's different because it's a Korean company, but we interact a lot with foreigners because what we're doing is we we're dealing with the election, and our work is only us and other countries' governments. So we've been dealing with only foreign governments most of the time, and all the time, and not most, all the time we're dealing with them. So having more foreigners coming and then having negotiation meetings and then going out to the country, coming back. So it kind of creates the atmosphere not being too Korean, but being more flexible. Yeah. So sometimes if I have other issues like event at the embassy, I talk to my boss. I say, hey, I have the event at the embassy, like the minister came. So, Sunday, sure, you can leave at 4. Just go 4 p.m. and then you can just leave. Yeah. You see, so we have that. I mean, the environment where they listen also. They listen to you. Yeah. They listen to you. So for me, I feel like that's one of the good things. Yeah. And apart from that, it's like having foreigners in the company, and then they treat you as a foreigner. Yeah. Okay. They don't treat you as a Korean, yeah. So that's why I appreciate it, because it's different from other companies. They treat you as Korean, which is different, because you don't want me to work the way as like the other people working, because I have my own work this way, and you have other people. So you can't try to treat me because I'm a foreigner. I'm from other place. Yeah. Probably it added with the culture, it added with the language as well. No matter how good you are in Korean, but you're not gonna know everything about Korean language. This language is wide, it's deep. Yeah. There are a lot of stuff going on. There are a lot of things, honestly. Yeah. So they treat you as a foreigner, so they understand you. Yeah. So because the other issue, they want a Korean to respond in this way, but of course for you, when you respond because you're a foreigner and you respond in another way, they're like, fine, it's just a foreigner.
So it's coming back to like that expectation as well. For they expect you as a foreigner, they know that you're a foreigner.
Yeah.
So they're lenient towards that.
Yeah.
And you as a foreigner are lenient towards
Yeah.
like the Korean culture, and I think there's a balance there, I think, as well.
Yeah, there is.
It seems like there's a healthy balance.
Yeah, there's a balance, and also there is a thing that you feel like they need you in the company.
What are your plans for the future then?
For the future.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm interested.
Mr. Ambassador.
Don't call me ambassador. I'm not an ambassador yet.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not an ambassador yet. But honestly, I'm more interested into the international relations stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, international relation and diplomacy. Yeah, I'm really.
Wouldn't guess that from knowing you. Not at all. Couldn't pick that up.
I'm really interested into that. Yeah, into that field.
Yeah, because you're already involved in your embassy here as well, right?
Embassy, yeah, in some ways, yeah, because most of the time when we have some guests from our country, minister and other leaders are coming, so I have to be there because I'm the leader of Tanzanian people here in Korea. So I have to be there as the representative.
So you're not
with other people.
You're not the ambassador, but you're still some sort of leader.
I'm a diaspora chairman. Yeah. So we have a diaspora, Tanzanian diaspora here. So I'm the chairman right now, currently.
Okay. What are some of the differences between your country and this one?
Oh.
And for people interested, what's the best thing about your country as well? What do you think?
One of the biggest difference between Tanzania and Korea is this. Back home, we welcome people. Wherever you're coming from. We welcome people.
Yeah.
We love having new people in our country.
Yeah.
Like, we're loving seeing foreigners. That's what we love. We welcome people. That's our culture. We welcome you, Kate. When we just gonna welcome you. People,
Next year.
You're just gonna see young people running to you like, oh, come on, welcome. Like, oh, where are you from?
Okay, so that's what I should expect. Okay.
You should expect it.
Okay.
I came to Korea. I don't feel that. I wouldn't say like we are socialist, no, but we know each other. We greet each other. We say hi to each other. I know my neighbor, but ask me now if I know my neighbor. The guy was living next door to me. I think I've seen him on twice for this 10 months.
There you go.
Exactly.
Wow.
So we never talk. We never even see each other. So this is the life it is. It's just different. But back home, we don't live in apartments. We live in our own houses. We build our own houses. But still, in our house at gates, we have a fence and gate. But still, I know my neighbor.
Yeah.
I know the next neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
I know the next neighbor.
Yeah.
You see the difference.
Yeah.
That is what I've been feeling like I'm missing. And for those who really want to know more about home, that is our home. Our home is a country. Let me just look at the camera. I feel like our home is a country of hospitality. You're just gonna go there and then you're gonna feel at home. You're not gonna be feeling like you're in the foreign land, but you're gonna feel like, yes, this is a place like I belong. So everybody right there. There's a beautiful hotels, beach, places to go, places to have fun. You're going to enjoy. So it's a time for you. If you want to visit, Tanzania is waiting for you.
I'm a bit sketchy because I think as far as beaches go, I still think Australia has the best.
I know. You should try Tanzania and see by yourself and which one is the best.
I'm going next year, so thank you so much, Sunday, for being part of this interview.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm so happy to be here today and then sharing my experiences, my life as well. And then, guys, I really appreciate Kate because what he's doing is really amazing. And I say, this looks like doing like a normal interview, but in the future, I pray that they program to become bigger and bigger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Sunday.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We're going to say goodbye now.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you.